What's going on YouTube? As I stated before, I wanted to do an updated video on my upgraded home Cisco lab. It's pretty nice. I've got a bunch of these ISR generation 2 routers here. It's they're mostly 2901s. I've got a couple 2911s and one 2921 here. Just wanted to give you an idea of the devices themselves, how I'm using them, and then a couple shout outs to some of the content creators that inspire me and that help me to pass my Cisco certifications. You see here I'm running I've got 5 layer 3 switches, 4 3560s, one 3750G here, and they're running as my customer sites. So I have them all attached to my PE routers here. So I got 5 PE routers. I've established a label switch path across my core, so I've got 17 routers here running MPLS, and then on the 5 PE routers, those are establishing an end-to-end label switch path. So it's multi-label switch path through BGP address families. But I'm running IGP, so I'm running OSPF with LDP and then BGP plus labels. So it's basically multiple label switch paths from end to end across my MPLS core here. Pretty cool stuff. You know, it's a unified MPLS, carrier supported carrier, and then option C is what I've been working on. Here's just another shot of my topology there. So I've got my MPLS core. I've got 17 routers, and like I said, five customer sites. Where at the PEs are all end-to-end label switch path through BGP address families, and then I have VRF set up through OSPF facing with different processes facing the customers, and that's how they peer with the customers is through OSPF. But pretty neat, pretty fun. I really enjoy it. Let me just get some introductions here on the routers themselves. So here we go. We have my bottom router, which is a really nice router. They're all really nice, but it's a 2921. They're a little bigger routers, so they're 2 rack U. The 2921s are really deep. The 2911s not nearly as deep, despite being the same rack U. But you can see the little DSP module right there. The little light in the middle there is for your PBDM3s. So and then I have a couple 4FXO ports there. So this is one of my my voice routers that I use, but I have the voice the UC license enabled on all my routers, so I can turn them all into CME call managers. So one of the really great things about these 2 rack U, the 2911s and the 2921s, even the 2950 which I don't have, but I've got 3 of these 2911s and one 2921, is that they've got 3 gig ports, and just that 1 extra gig port's really nice. It's really nice. So I've got a bunch of these 2901s. They only have 2 gig ports, but 2911s, 2921s, gotta love them. And then I have pretty much all of my routers set up with a bunch of these VWIC2 2 MFT multi-trunk or multi-flex trunk T1 cards here to create the LAN port density, and then you can also do all of your layer 2 encapsulations like frame relay and HDLC and PPP and so on over these serial links. So on pretty much all my routers, they're all running the latest iOS, so it's a 15.7 iOS. I've got all of them maxed out with 2.5 gig of RAM. They all of them have the 4 main licenses activated, so the IP base, the UC, the security, and the data licenses. So I can set up IPsec on them all. I can set up CME on them all. I can set up my LDP MPLS label switch paths across them all. They're pretty nice routers, and like I said, I've got a bunch of these VWIC2 2 MFT cards in these routers here. And this middle router here, I've got 4 of these VWIC2 cards, and that's usually the one I use as my frame relay switch when I'm doing that. So definitely pretty nice here. So I've got a couple of these here. So I've got this router here is running a It's actually really nice router. It's got an EWIC, it's an EWIC D8 ESG-P, so it's power over Ethernet, so it has the little module on the card itself for power over Ethernet, and then the router itself has the PoE power supply as well. I've got a similar setup on this CME router here, but it's the HWIC 4ESW card with the PoE power. It's got the router itself. The 2901 also has the PoE power supply as well. So you need both. You need the card. You need the card that supports PoE, and then you need the power supply itself to support PoE. And so what I did here is I have a couple of these 9971 video phones, these video conference phones here, and so I have them set up. I've got a couple coming here because I wanted to set up a video conference bridge, this 20901 as a video conference bridge, and in order to do that you need a minimum of PVDM3 128, so it's the DSP, it's the digital signal processor. You need a 128 to set up a video conferencing bridge. I was able to set up a point-to-point video, it wasn't a conference, but a video call off of the PVDM3 32, so you don't need the 128 just to a point-to-point call, but if you want a video conference you need the bare minimum, the DSP, so the PVDM3 128, which this one supports here. And so if you just move up one there, I got a 2811 working as my terminal access server. It's terrific. It's definitely the loudest router I have. So the 2811s and the 2821s are louder than the 2900 series. The 2901s are actually really quiet. The one rack U is really nice. I think that's why there's a higher demand for them, a little higher prices. Really nice there. So let me just give you an idea here of some of my cable management here, and this terminal access server is really nice. It really does help with getting the cable managed, and I think once you get to a certain amount of devices going, you're going to have a little bit of a rat's nest, and you know, it's just inevitable. But you can see that cable management's done decent. It could always be better for sure. You can see the little rat's nest there, and there's only so much you can do. And then but these routers are really nice. You know, I've actually had a couple people ask me what kind of power draw does my little stack here pull, and so what I have is I have 17 2900s, I have one 2800 plus five switches here, and what I'm pulling is somewhere around 950 to 1000 watts when they're all running. And I certainly don't run them all the time, so I don't pull that power all the time. But yeah, it gets a little bit warmer in this room here because it's a front room that faces the sunset, so I get direct sunlight. Plus, if I'm running 23 devices here, it gets a little bit warmer in here. But like I said, it's about 950 to 1000 watts it's drawing, which is surprisingly not bad if you ask me. Here I just wanted to show you my little book stack here. Some good books if you're looking to learn. This 101 Labs for CCNA, that's a terrific one. If you're going through your CCNA, that's a terrific one there. And then I'm only a couple weeks out from taking my MP route exam, so I'll be doing that here real soon. I like to be well-rounded, so I've been teaching myself the collaboration stuff. I've been teaching myself the security stuff, and while I'm doing my route switch stuff as well. But here I just wanted to give a couple shout outs to a couple of the content providers or creators that inspired me or that I've learned quite a bit from. And so what I've done to help pass some of my Cisco certifications is I buy a monthly pass to CBT Nuggets. It's about $85 or so. Jeremy Char's terrific. Keith Barker's terrific. They've got great enthusiasm. I've learned a lot from both of them. I buy my individual lessons from Udemy. Like if you're on a budget, Udemy's got really good quality stuff, but it's really cost effective, and you can buy them individually. I think my favorite content creators is INE. They're just a little bit more costly, and they don't do monthly subscriptions. They want lump sum, so they're a bit expensive if you're just talking about 6-month access or 9 or 12-month access. You have to do a lump sum with them. And so then a couple other content creators that I found on YouTube that are really good is I really like Kevin Wallace. He's got a great tone voice, so he's easy to listen to. David Bombal, he's terrific as well. He's one of my favorites. I just wish he did a little bit more advanced stuff. He's more CCNA than CCNP or IE, but Bombal does step by step. He's excellent. And then same with Dan's courses. He does step by step configuration. You know, he's really good at explaining everything as well. And then Travis Bonifigli, same thing. He's got some really good videos. And then Brian McCannon from INE, that guy's my hero. I mean, he knows everything about service providers. So I just love consuming and eating up anything that guy's got to say. And then a couple other guys that are really positive, that have gotten some good motivation. I've gotten some good ideas from. One is Network Chuck, and then the other one is Dewan Lightfoot. So big shout out to D-Light. Appreciate the content, the positivity. So just keep doing your thing, and keep making these positive videos, man. I really like them. Really appreciate them. So anyways, just wanted to throw this out there, let everyone see the updated lab there, let everyone check out the topology a little bit. When you're building multiple LSPs, label switch paths across your network, it's a lot of fun. And then using a bunch of different protocols, redistributing from protocol to protocol, and then using different address families to set up these L2 and L3 VPNs. It's a lot of fun. So anyways, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you watching, your attention, everything. So if you got any questions, feel free, hit me up. Anyways, later.